Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You ever had that feeling when you dig into your pocket, pull out some spare change, and think, man, I wish one of these pennies was worth a fortune? Well, today might just be your lucky day, because we're talking about a simple, everyday penny, the 1996 D Lincoln penny, that could be worth up to $1.1 million. That's right, folks, one little copper-coated coin could be the jackpot hiding right under your nose. And let me tell you, after this video, you'll never look at your pocket change the same way again now. Before you run off to check your couch cushions, stick with me. I'm breaking down why this penny is so valuable, what to look for, and how you can cash in big if you've got one. Plus, I've got a funny personal story about my own coin hunting adventure that you won't want to miss. So, grab your pennies, grab a snack, and let's dive in. Now, let's start with the obvious question: what makes this coin so special? It's just a regular Lincoln penny, right? Wrong. The 1996 D penny has some rare errors and unique features that make it incredibly valuable to collectors. First things first, the D mint mark means this penny was minted in Denver. Nothing crazy there, but the magic happens when we get into minting errors. Some 1996 D pennies were struck with misaligned dies, doubled features, or even the elusive off-metal error, where the penny was mistakenly struck on a dime planchet. Imagine holding a penny that weighs like a dime but looks like a mix of both. Collectors go wild for that. And let's not forget the full red, RD, designation. The shinier and more original the penny's red color, the more it's worth. So, if you've got one that looks fresh out of the bank, you might be onto something big. And now, I gotta tell you, when I first heard about this penny being worth over $1 million, I thought, no way. A 1996 penny? I probably spent one of those on a gumball machine. But curiosity got the best of me. So, like any self-respecting coin nerd, I dumped out my entire coin jar on the kitchen table. My wife walked in and just stared at me like I'd lost my mind. "You're seriously looking for a magic penny?" she asked. Spoiler alert, no yet. But I did find a 1996 D penny, and let me tell you, the excitement of checking every detail had me feeling like a treasure hunter. Even though mine wasn't the rare error variety, the thrill of the hunt was worth it. How to spot a valuable 1996 D penny? Alright, now that you're excited to check your change, here's what you need to look for and make sure you have the D mint mark under the date. If Lincoln's face or the lettering looks slightly doubled, jackpot. If your penny seems oddly light or silvery, it might be a major error. Coin, not a bright red, uncirculated 1996 D penny is much more valuable than a dull, brown one. So, what's the biggest price tag on one of these bad boys? $1.1 million, yes, you heard that right. Of course, not every 1996 D penny will fetch that kind of money, but even if yours isn't the $1 million version, you could still get hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the condition. Collectors are always on the hunt for mint condition coins, and those with errors fetch the biggest bucks. So, if you think you've got something special, take it to a coin dealer or get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Alright, my fellow coin hunters, that's a wrap on the 1996 D Lincoln penny. Who knew that a coin you probably tossed into a vending machine could actually be worth a fortune? Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Are you checking your pennies as we speak? Drop a comment below and let me know, and if you love discovering valuable coins hiding in plain sight, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on another treasure hunting tip, because who knows? Your next lucky penny might just change your life. Hey there, coin hunters. Imagine this: you're digging through your pocket change, looking for a quarter to feed the parking meter, and bam! You spot a penny that looks just like any other. But hold on, what if I told you that one of these little copper coins from 2004, with no mint mark, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.2 million? Yeah, that's right. A single penny. More than a mansion. More than a luxury sports car. More than my entire snack budget for the year. And now, I know what you're thinking, come on, a 2004 penny? I've got tons of those lying around. Well, my friend, buckle up, because today, I'm going to tell you why this particular penny is so valuable, what makes it special, and how you can check if you have one hiding in your piggy bank. Trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to be raiding every couch cushion, junk drawer, and parking lot for spare change. Let's dive in. What's the deal with this penny? Most pennies from 2004 were minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and they usually have a little P or D mint mark under the date. But here's where it gets juicy. Some pennies were struck without a mint mark, and those are the ones collectors are losing their minds over. And now, missing mint marks aren't unheard of, but this one? This one's a unicorn. It's an extremely rare error, and when you combine rarity with the fact that collectors love oddities, you get sky-high values like, wait for it, $1.2 million at auction. It's not just about the missing mint mark. Some of these rare 2004 pennies also have, some were struck on the wrong metal planchet. If you see any weird doubling on the lettering or Lincoln's face, you might be onto something big. The design is slightly misaligned, making it look off-balanced. I actually had a personal experience with this, not with a $1 million penny, unfortunately, but I did find a penny with a doubling error once. I got all excited, thinking I struck it rich. Turns out, it was worth about $5. Still, that's 500 times its face value. Imagine if it had been the 2004 no mint mark. Alright, so now you're probably itching to check your coins. Here's what to do: grab a magnifying glass or use your phones. You'll want to inspect every detail. If there's no mint mark, you're on the right track. Look for doubling, misstrikes, or odd color variations. Some rare versions were struck on the wrong metal and weigh slightly different from a regular penny. If you think you have a winner, get it authenticated by a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. How much could you actually make? Now, not every 2004 no mint mark penny is worth $1 million. The pristine, mint condition ones, the ones that look like they were never touched, are the real jackpot. Those can sell for over $1 million at auction. Even if yours isn't in perfect shape, it could still be worth thousands, or at the very least, way more than 1 cent. And let's be honest, even if it's just worth a few $100, that's still an incredible find for something you got as change from buying gum. Alright, folks, here's the bottom line: if you've got a jar of pennies lying around, check them now. That ordinary looking 2004 penny could be hiding a fortune, and you don't want to be the person who spends it without realizing its true value. And hey, if you love discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, make sure to subscribe. I post videos all the time about rare and valuable coins, tips on what to look for, and how you can turn everyday finds into real cash. Hit that like button if you're about to go dig through your coins, drop a comment if you've ever found anything valuable, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey there, coin enthusiasts! If you're like me, you've probably looked through your change jar and wondered, is that old penny worth anything? Well, today we've got a real gem to talk about: the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny. And no, this isn't one of those, oh, it might be worth a few bucks situations. I'm talking big money. A 1968 no mint mark penny is valued at around $1.3 million, and I'm about to explain exactly why. And now, before you go scrambling through your pockets or the couch cushions looking for the shiny treasure, let's take a step back, calm down, and dive into what makes this coin so valuable. I promise, by the end of this video, you'll know whether you've got one of these $1 million pennies sitting in your collection, or maybe just another forgotten penny from that bag of loose change. But first, make sure you hit that subscribe button because, trust me, you're going to want to stick around for more cool coin tips and strategies on finding coins that could make you a fortune. And trust me, you won't want to miss out on this stuff. First, let's talk about what makes the 1968 no mint mark penny so special. You might be wondering, isn't a penny just a penny? I get it. Pennies are small, often overlooked, and usually end up lost in the bottom of your purse or stuck under the couch. But, hold on, this particular penny isn't just any old coin. The 1968 Lincoln penny was supposed to have a mint mark. If you look at most coins, you'll see a tiny letter on the front or back, like a D or an S. That's the mint mark, telling you where the coin was made. But in 1968, there was a mix-up. Some of these pennies were made in Philadelphia without any mint mark at all. Bam! Suddenly, we've got a rarity on our hands. And now, to add a little more mystery to this whole thing, the 1968 no mint mark penny wasn't intentionally minted as a rare coin. Nope, it wasn't part of some secret treasure hunt or limited edition run. It was just a production mistake. But let me tell you, coin collectors go wild for these mistakes. The rarity of this flaw is what makes it so valuable. So, the next time someone tells you that mistakes are costly, remind them of this penny. Here's a fun little story for you. A few years ago, I was going through some old change I had collected over time. There I was, sifting through the pennies, half watching Netflix, when I spotted a 1968 penny. I thought, hey, maybe this is the one. I looked at it, found no mint mark, and thought, could this be worth something? I laughed it off and tossed it back in the jar. That penny could have been worth $1.3 million if I'd just known what I had. To this day, I still kick myself for not checking it more carefully. So, moral of the story, always check your pennies before you throw them away, because you never know when one could be the next big thing. Now, let's talk about how much this little mistake can be worth. Depending on the coin's condition, a 1968 no-mint mark penny can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to over $1.3 million. You heard that right, $1.3 million. That's the kind of money that could turn your junk drawer into a gold mine. So, what kind of condition does it have to be in to get top dollar? Well, the better the condition, the higher the value. A penny that's been kept in pristine condition, with no wear and tear, can go for much more than one that's seen better days. You want your penny to have sharp details and a clean surface. Think of it like trying to sell a car. The better the shape, the higher the price. These pennies can sometimes be mistaken for something more common. So, let me give you a quick heads up on how to spot one of these little treasures. First, check the year. It'll be 1968. Then, look for the mint mark. No mint mark means you've got a shot at being a millionaire. If it has a D or S, unfortunately, it's just another run-of-the-mill penny. If you're not sure, get it appraised by a professional. There's no harm in getting an expert's opinion, and you might just get lucky. Alright, so now you know all about the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny. It's rare, it's valuable, and it could be sitting in your change jar right now, just waiting to make you rich. But the real takeaway here is that coin collecting is full of surprises. It's not just about finding gold and silver. Sometimes, the real treasures are hiding in plain sight. There's always a chance that you could find the next big coin. So, next time you're at a coin show or going through your change, remember the lesson of the 1968 no mint mark penny. Keep your eyes peeled because you never know what could be worth a fortune. Before I go, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I'm constantly dropping tips on how to find coins worth serious cash, along with other strategies for building your collection. Who knows, your next coin could be worth $1 million. Hey there, fellow coin hunters. Let's talk about something that will really make you want to check the change in your pocket right now. Picture this: you're sitting on the couch, flipping through some old pennies, when you stumble upon a coin that looks just like any other penny. But wait, this penny is actually worth more than your monthly rent. Okay, maybe not that much, but how about $1.40 million? Yup, you heard me right. We're talking about the 2011 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny that is currently valued at an eye-popping $1.4 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny? A coin worth $1 million? Is this a joke? But stick with me because this is a story you'll want to hear. I mean, who wouldn't want to find a coin worth a fortune just chilling in their change jar? So grab a snack, sit back, and let's dive into the fascinating world of this rare 2011 no-mint mark penny. You might just find yourself checking your spare change a little more closely from now on. Alright, let's break this down. The 2011 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't your average, run-of-the-mill penny. In fact, most people might never even know that a penny from this year could be worth so much. But here's where it gets interesting: the US Mint made a pretty big mistake back in 2011. Normally, every penny comes stamped with a mint mark either in D4 Denver or in S4 San Francisco, indicating where the coin was minted. But in 2011, the mint accidentally released a small batch of pennies with no mint mark at all. These little guys slipped through the cracks and became one of the most sought-after pennies for collectors. Isn't that what makes it valuable? Nope. In this case, it's the lack of a mint mark that makes it so special. And what do we know about rare things? That's right, they're worth a lot more than the average stuff. So, how much are these rare 2011 no mint mark pennies worth? While most regular pennies from 2011 are worth, well, a penny, literally, if you find one of these rare versions in pristine condition, it could fetch a hefty price tag, around $1.4 million at auction, if it's in top-notch shape. And no, this isn't some mythical story you heard at a coin convention. This is real. I know what you're thinking again. How do I know if I have one of these rare pennies? Good question. The first thing to do is check the coin carefully. If the penny you have is from 2011 and has no mint mark, look closely under the date. You found something special. But don't get too excited just yet. The condition of the penny matters a lot. If it's all beat up from years of bouncing around in your pocket, it won't be worth anywhere near $1.4 million. But if it's in mint condition, well, you might want to start thinking about how you're going to spend that fortune now. You might be wondering how these rare pennies even get discovered. Well, it's a mix of lucky collectors who know what they're doing and, let's be honest, a little bit of good fortune. I'll share a quick story with you. A few years ago, my buddy found a 2011 penny in his change jar. It wasn't a 2011 no mint mark penny, but I couldn't resist the urge to check it out anyway. We spent what felt like hours sorting through a pile of pennies, looking for something special, and let me tell you, it was like treasure hunting for adults. We never found the big jackpot, but it's that rush of excitement that makes collecting coins so much fun, and, believe it or not, coin hunting isn't just about finding rare pennies. Sometimes, it's about the thrill of the chase. The feeling you get when you discover something worth more than you expected, that's priceless. Whether it's a coin worth a couple bucks or a penny worth a million, it's all about that wow moment. But hey, back to the 2011 no mint mark penny. This is a real find. While it's unlikely you'll stumble upon a 2011 no mint mark penny tomorrow, don't let that stop you from keeping an eye on your change. Who knows? The next time you check your wallet, you might just find a coin that could change your life. It's happened to others, and it could happen to you. Before you go running off to search through all your loose change, don't forget that not every penny is worth $1 million. But, with a little patience, research, and a lot of luck, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. If you've enjoyed this video and want more tips on how to spot valuable coins worth money, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on any future tips, tricks, and coin hunting adventures. And hey, if you find a rare penny after watching this video, come back and tell me about it. I'll be rooting for you. Hey, coin collectors and curious minds. Have you ever looked down at a penny and thought, could this be worth a small fortune? Well, if you've got a 1994 Lincoln penny with no mint mark lying around, guess what? It could be worth a whole lot more than just 1 cent. Yeah, I'm talking about a whopping $1.5 million. Stick around, because today we're diving into why your 1994 no mint mark penny could make you richer than your wildest dreams, or at least make a pretty sweet addition to your coin collection. But first, let me tell you a quick story. I was at a flea market last year, just casually browsing some old coins, when I spotted this dusty jar of pennies. I thought, what could go wrong for a couple bucks? So, I tossed one in my pocket. Well, flash forward a few weeks and I found out that penny could have been worth hundreds of dollars if it was just a little different, like the one we're talking about today. Let's just say, I'll be a lot more careful next time. And now, grab your magnifying glass, because we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Don't go anywhere, this is gonna be fun. Alright, let's break this down. A penny is worth, well, a penny, right? But sometimes, in the world of coin collecting, it's not just about the year or the design. It's about what's missing. The 1994 no mint mark penny is one of those rare finds that collectors lose their minds over. And here's why. First off, let's talk about the mint mark, or in this case, the lack of it. You might already know that most US coins have a little mint mark that tells you where they were made, like D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. But the 1994 penny? It was supposed to have one of those mint marks. But guess what? Some didn't. And that, my friend, is a big deal. The official story behind this is that in 1994, a few of the pennies coming out of the Philadelphia Mint got accidentally produced without the usual P mint mark. Now, the Philadelphia Mint had been making pennies for decades without marking them with a P, but it was an oddity at the time because they usually marked coins from that mint in the late 80s and 90s. The 1994 no mint mark penny was a slip-up, and in the world of rare coins, errors are basically gold. If you're sitting there thinking, a penny worth $1 million? Nah, that's some kind of joke, I get it. It sounds too good to be true, but it's not. Here's the deal, the 1994 no mint mark penny is a rarity. There's just a small number of them floating around, and they're in high demand. Coin collectors, those passionate people who probably know more about pennies than any of us ever will, are always on the lookout for unique items like this one. In fact, it's estimated that only a handful of these no mint mark pennies exist in excellent condition. Some are in pristine, uncirculated quality, which makes them even more valuable. And because of the rarity and the interest in minting errors, collectors are willing to shell out serious cash to get their hands on one. That's where the $1.5 million valuation comes from. Let me give you an idea of how rare this is. Imagine you're at a party, and the host tells you they've got this super rare, one-of-a-kind game. It's a little like Monopoly, but the winner gets a real yacht. It sounds ridiculous, right? But when someone wins it, the whole room goes wild. That's how the world of rare coin collecting feels about these pennies. So, just like that one game at the party, the 1994 no mint mark penny is that rare find you never expected to discover in your pocket. Here's something that can make or break your search. Condition. If you find one of these rare pennies, and it's bent, scratched, or looks like it's been through a battle with a washing machine, it's not going to fetch you $1.5 million. But if you find one that's in mint condition, no pun intended, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The trick is to look for one that's almost like new, no wear and tear, no discoloration, and definitely no signs of age. Some collectors even take their coins to experts to get them graded, which can really boost the price. So, before you go thinking your old pennies are worth millions, take a closer look. Could you be holding onto one of these rare beauties? Okay, I get it. Not everyone is a hardcore coin collector, but this is more than just knowing random trivia, it's about spotting opportunities. If you're like me and have ever had a drawer full of random coins, or even just picked up a jar of pennies at a flea market like I did, this is the kind of info you need. These types of coins don't just pop up every day, and now that you know about the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny, you'll be paying a lot closer attention the next time you're going through your change. It's not just about hoarding pennies, it's about being smart with your hobby, or potential future windfall. So, the next time you're at a garage sale or hunting through that jar of pennies at home, you might just want to check for that missing mint mark. Who knows? You could find your own ticket to a small fortune. So there you have it, folks. The 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a rare gem that's worth far more than a penny, and if you've got one, you could be looking at a lot of zeros added to your bank account. The moral of the story? Never underestimate the value of a single penny. Who knows, your next coin could be your ticket to the big leagues. And hey, if you like this video and want to learn more about coins worth millions, or just how to spot rare finds like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the bell so you never miss another coin tip. I'm always sharing more cool stuff on how you can turn everyday finds into something extraordinary. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and remember, keep hunting for those hidden treasures, one penny at a time. Hey there, fellow coin lovers. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and let me tell you, you're about to be blown away by this little penny that's worth way more than its weight in today. We're talking about the 2000 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. You probably have one of these hanging around in your coin jar or buried in a drawer somewhere. But little did you know, that small, seemingly insignificant penny could actually be worth $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. We'll dive into how it got so valuable, why it's worth that insane amount of cash, and how you might just have one of these hidden in your collection. You won't want to miss this, trust me. Now, let's break this down. The 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny was supposed to have a mint mark, but guess what? Some of them didn't. See, the US Mint had a routine process. Coins usually get a mint mark that shows where they were made. The 2000 pennies, however, were supposed to have either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But somehow, call it a little minting mistake, call it fate, who knows, some of these pennies got through without a mint mark. And that tiny flaw made a huge difference. You might be thinking, okay, so it's just a little missing letter. Big deal. Well, let me tell you, it's definitely a big deal. When it comes to rare coins, even the tiniest error can turn a regular penny into a treasure worth millions. And now, you're probably wondering, why is a coin that doesn't even have a mint mark so valuable? Well, here's the thing, coin collectors go wild over these types of mistakes. It's all about rarity. When the 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny was released, it wasn't exactly a huge deal. But over time, as people realized how rare it was, the demand skyrocketed. Think about it like this: ever heard of the Babe Ruth rookie card? It's essentially the coin version of that. Super rare, super valuable, and collectors can't get enough of it. Alright, before you start running to your couch cushions and checking your change jar, let's make sure you know what you're looking for. Here's the thing, this penny looks almost identical to a regular 2000 penny. But if you flip it over and see that there's no mint mark right underneath the date, congratulations. You found the gem. Just because you have a 2000 penny without a mint mark doesn't automatically mean it's worth millions. You've got to look for one that's in mint condition, and when I say mint, I mean it should have little to no wear and tear. If it's been in circulation for a while and has scratches, dings, or discoloration, it might not fetch as much. The value of these things really goes up when they're in perfect condition, so don't expect to get rich off a penny that's been through the washer. Okay, I've got to share a personal story with you. I once found a coin in my pocket, just like any other day, and it was a penny. Now, I know what you're thinking, what's so special about a penny? Well, I had no clue that this was a rare 1994 no mint mark penny. I tossed it into my coin jar, as you do, and completely forgot about it. Fast forward to a few years later, and I came across a video talking about valuable pennies. I went on a hunt through my coin jar and realized, you've got to be kidding me, I actually had a rare one. But, of course, by then, it had been scratched up from being in circulation. Long story short, I didn't end up making any money off that one, but the point is, coins can get missed all the time. So, you never know. You might have a $1.6 million penny just sitting in your coin jar right now, and that'd be a pretty sweet surprise, wouldn't it? Okay, now that we know how rare and special this penny is, let's get into the nitty-gritty. A well-preserved, uncirculated 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth around $1.6 million. Yes, million, and that's not a typo. This is what makes it one of the most valuable pennies on the market today. But, like I mentioned before, don't expect to cash in unless it's in great shape. If you have one of these pennies and it's in tip-top condition, you could auction it off for a pretty hefty sum. If it's just a regular penny that's been through the ringer, well, it's still worth a little more than your typical 2000 penny, but it's nowhere near that $1 million mark. So, there you have it, folks. The 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those crazy cool coins that's worth way more than anyone could have imagined when it first came out. It just goes to show how a little mistake can create something highly valuable in the world of coin collecting. Before you go diving into your coin jars or starting a treasure hunt in your house, remember this: not every 2000 penny without a mint mark is a gold mine, but if you find one in great condition, it could change your life. So keep an eye out, and you just might be holding onto a future fortune. And hey, if you want to stay in the loop about coins that are worth a ton of cash, like the 2000 no mint mark penny or other rare gems, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a tip. Trust me, I've got more coin secrets up my sleeve that you won't want to miss. Hey coin collectors, have you ever reached into your pocket, pulled out a penny, and thought, is this the one that's going to make me a millionaire? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the world of the 2003 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. No, it's not some magical coin that fell from a treasure chest, but it's worth a heck of a lot more than its 1 cent value. I'm talking about a coin that could fetch as much as $1.7 million. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss this. And now, you might be thinking, how can a penny, of all things, be worth so much? Good question. First, let's get the basics down. Most of the pennies we know and love, or pretend to love when they're stuck to the bottom of our car seats, have a mint mark on them. That's that little letter, or lack thereof, next to Lincoln's portrait that tells you where it was made. But, surprise! The 2003 no mint mark penny doesn't have that little letter. And when that happens, the coin can become pretty rare. You see, most of the time, pennies get minted in either the Philadelphia or Denver mint, and they'll carry their respective mint marks. But occasionally, there's a mix-up, or maybe a mistake on the production line. In this case, the 2003 pennies without a mint mark were printed in Philadelphia, but the error was that they were missing that mint mark, making them super unique. And now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, that's cool. But why on earth would this penny be worth over $1 million? Well, the rarity of the coin plays a huge part. See, even though this coin might look like just another copper-colored disc, it's not. Not all 2003 pennies are missing their mint marks. In fact, it's estimated that only a small fraction of the 2003 pennies have this mint error. This makes them incredibly rare, and as any collector will tell you, rarity equals value. The current market value is around $1.7 million because of how few are out there. So, while your average 2003 penny is worth, well, a penny, a mint mark error one can be worth big bucks. Alright, enough about the technical stuff. Let me tell you a quick story. When I first started collecting coins, I was, well, pretty much clueless. Like, I'd pick up any coin I saw on the ground thinking it was gonna be worth a fortune. I remember one day, I found a penny in the parking lot of a McDonald's. I was super excited because, of course, I thought it was some rare gem. I spent hours researching it, only to find out it was just a regular 1987 penny. Nothing special. Just a regular old penny, but then, I found out about this 2003 no mint mark penny, and I was hooked. I started checking all my loose change, flipping through penny rolls like a maniac, hoping for that gold mine. Spoiler alert, I haven't found one yet. But hey, a guy can dream, right? So, if you're wondering how to spot one of these bad boys in your own collection of pennies, here's the deal. Look for the year 2003 on the coin and check the spot where the mint mark should be. If there's no mint mark, you might have found yourself a $1.7 million coin. But, and this is important, don't just go running to your bank and demanding stacks of 2003 pennies. They're rare for a reason, so finding one of these is a needle in a haystack type of deal. Alright, let's address the elephant in the room. The $1.7 million value sounds incredible, but the reality is, you might not get that amount unless the coin is in perfect condition. If your penny looks like it's been through a mud fight and used as a chew toy for your dog, don't expect to cash in big. In fact, you'll be lucky if you get a few $100 for it. But still, even a couple $100 for a penny? Now, that's a win in my book. So, take a good look at your coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins with minimal wear and tear, good detail, and no scratches are the ones that get top dollar at auctions or from serious collectors. If you do find one of these pennies, you'll want to sell it to a reputable dealer. There are coin auctions, online marketplaces, and private buyers who are always looking for rare coins like this. If you're not sure where to start, get in touch with a certified coin dealer, or even better, go to a coin show where experts can evaluate your coin in person. Don't just post it on Craigslist, get the experts involved. To wrap things up, the 2003 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a prime example of how something as small as a penny can be worth a small fortune, if you know what you're looking for. Who would have thought that such a tiny coin could have such a massive value, right? But remember, finding one of these rare coins is all about luck, rarity, and keeping your eyes peeled for that mint markless beauty. And here's the deal, I'm willing to bet you've got some pennies hiding in that jar at home. So get to checking, and maybe you'll be the next person to cash in on this $1 million mistake. If you enjoyed this video and you want more tips on coins that could be worth a lot of money, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the next coin hunt. And hey, maybe you'll find your own golden ticket in your pocket change. Hey, fellow coin collectors. I've got a question for you. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, nah, that's just pocket change? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into a penny that could change your financial life forever. Yep, I'm talking about the 1997 mint mark Lincoln penny, and it's worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Now, I know you're probably thinking, wait, a penny? Are we serious here? But trust me, this little copper treasure packs a punch that even your best pocket change might not compare to. Stick around as we break it down, and I'll tell you how to spot one of these bad boys in your collection, or maybe even your wallet. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on coins that could change your life. Trust me, you don't want to miss out when you're sitting on a fortune in your pocket. Alright, first things first, the 1997 mint mark penny is not your typical change you find under the couch cushions or in your kid's piggy bank. This isn't just any old coin. The 1997 mint mark penny has a bit of a backstory that makes it stand out from the crowd, and it's a good one. So, let's rewind to 1997. Bill Clinton was in the White House, we were all rocking to boy bands, and, well, people were probably still laughing at the idea that a penny could be worth anything, let alone $1 million. But guess what? Fast forward to today, and if you find this exact penny, in good condition, it could be worth as much as $1.8 million. The value of this penny isn't just about rarity, it's about something called an error coin. You see, there's a mistake that happened in 1997 with a batch of pennies that were minted with a slight flaw. But here's the thing, not every 1997 penny is worth millions. You've got to find one that has the right condition, the right error, and the right appeal to collectors. That's what makes this penny so special. Most coins are worth face value unless there's something unique about them, like a mistake, a misprint, or some other rare feature. With the 1997 penny, there's a specific minting error that can really increase its value. Some of these pennies were minted with a double die error, where the die used to strike the coin had been misaligned, causing certain details of the coin to appear twice. The minting error was so subtle that a lot of people didn't even notice it. So, if you were holding onto a 1997 D penny and never thought twice about it, you could have a hidden gem. You're going to want to look at the details of Abraham Lincoln's portrait. If it looks like his face has a double image, yup, you're onto something. That double die error makes this penny pretty much irresistible to collectors, and it could be worth a small fortune if it's in top condition. Now, I'm sure you're sitting there thinking, I'm not sure if I have one of these pennies, how do I check? Here's what you do: find a magnifying glass, a bright light, and check out that penny like you're an archaeologist finding a fossil. And if you find a double die error on it, well, it's time to get that coin appraised, because you could be sitting on a huge payday. Let me tell you a little story about my own personal experience with this. A few years ago, I was at a yard sale, just casually browsing through some boxes of old coins. Most of the stuff was junk, the usual 90s coins that weren't worth anything. But then, I came across a 1997 D penny that looked a little too shiny. It didn't seem right. So, I whipped out my trusty magnifying glass and did a double take. Sure enough, it was one of those rare error coins. Now, before you think I made a fortune off it, let me just say this: the penny wasn't in mint condition. I ended up selling it to a local collector for a solid price, but it wasn't close to the $1.8 million I'm talking about today. But that moment still sticks with me, because I learned firsthand that these tiny little pennies can hold hidden value if you know what to look for. It was a game-changer.so. Here's the deal. If you want to find a 1997 D mint mark penny that's worth big bucks, you need to, as I mentioned before, this is the key feature that makes these pennies valuable. The condition is everything in the world of coins. The better it looks, the more it's worth. Look for ones that are close to uncirculated or, even better, in mint condition. Get it appraised. If you think you have one of these pennies, don't just take my word for it. Get it appraised by a professional. They'll help determine its true value. Hold on to it. If you've got one of these coins, hold on to it. The market for error coins is always fluctuating, but one thing is for sure, it's worth holding on to if you have one. So, to wrap it up, the 1997 D mint mark Lincoln penny might just look like any other penny in your pocket, but with a little luck and a sharp eye, it could be worth up to $1.8 million. That's right, a little copper coin that you could have thrown in the jar with all your other change could be sitting on a fortune. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare penny or coin that turned out to be worth more than you thought? Drop your stories in the comments below, I'd love to hear them. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more tips about coins that could change your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive into another coin that could be worth your weight in gold. Or, copper.